Hey guys, welcome back to Vallone's RC Hobby. I know it has been a while since I've gotten in front of the camera with this whole pandemic thing going on. I've been super busy here at my Volkswagen shop that you see behind me, doing my VW channel and also working on my Vallone's RC Hobby channel. But in this video, I want to talk to you about my ARRMA Limitless and the limited budget build that I did on this. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so here they are. Hell yeah, love the Limitless, love the Infraction, and I love ARRMA. I think they got some incredible builds going on. Their engineering is very, very good, quite extraordinary actually, and their 2019 year was a stellar year. They put out some just incredible cars. So I did run my Limitless. I picked this one up after I got the Infraction, and I pretty much picked up the Limitless just for speed runs. My Infraction is for drifting and bashing around and, you know, kind of cul-de-sac things. And I do some speed runs with it, but nice smooth surfaces just for drifting around. And for my Limitless, I wanted to do some speed runs. But I wanted to do it on a budget build because I do see some guys on YouTube. I know they're building incredible machines with this, and they're doing 100 miles an hour, 150 miles an hour. I've seen over 160 miles an hour with the Limitless. And to me, guys, hats off to you, man. I mean, that's incredible. I live in New York here in the Hudson Valley, and I don't even know if I have space to run a car that fast in this region. We've got a lot of tight streets here, a lot of curbs. And that's one last thing I don't want to smack into is a curb, of course, because RCs do not like the curbs. But, yeah, so I'm going to take the hoods off of these two cars. Now, basically, if you guys don't know, the layout is pretty much the same. And, the chassis is the same, just a little bit different here. Of course, the front nose here for the Limitless. But I'm going to take the bodies off and show you basically what I did. And I'm going to break down for you pricing of what I did to keep this build under $700. You know, when you buy the Infraction, it is $599. You do have to buy batteries. You can buy some cheap batteries for this car, say for about $60 for a 2-pack of Ovonic batteries or something, and you're off and ready to go. But for the Limitless, it comes as a roller, and you have to get the electronics. And I did buy the electronics for this, and I'm going to basically take the hoods off now and show you what I did. All right, so here we are. The hoods are off, and Infraction, Limitless. And guys, I basically set up my Limitless stock out the box just like an Infraction is set up. So I bought on eBay the ARRMA BLX 185 ESC, the same that's in the Infraction, and I also bought the same motor that goes in the Infraction, the 2050 kV motor that you see over here. I basically wanted to go stock, but the difference is, of course, this has the 27 tooth pinion. This has the 18 tooth. This is more for, like I said, drifting, bashing, that sort of thing. That's why I wanted the Infraction. Yes, I know I can change the pinion, but I just like to do things on the fly kind of, and instead of just messing around with stuff like that. This is my drifter. This is my speed run car. Now, I did add the Power Hobby heat sink and fans to both cars because they are known for overheating and thermaling. Depending on how hard you're pushing them, of course. So I did add those. That was about $22. And I did find the ESC for my Limitless and the motor combined, brand new, on eBay, because there's a lot of folks on eBay that are basically breaking down brand new ARRMAs and selling the parts. And I think I got it off of Jenny's RC. If you look up Jenny's RC on eBay, that seller will break down cars and sell the parts. So between those two, the BLX 185 and the 2050 kV stock ARRMA motors that are meant for these cars, that came to about $123. Now, I have seen them after that. You can buy the two of them sometimes for $100. So shortly after I paid $123, I was like, oh shucks, I could have gotten a kit for $100. So you just got to keep looking. And then I bought a generic 20 kg servo with metal gears for like $20. And then my controller, I got the Dumbo RC 6-channel, and I got the 6-channel because the 6-channel has the the gyro in it. So the gyro is really cool, and it's kind of like the AVC that the ARRMA controllers have. That comes with the infraction. But the good thing about the Dumbo RC is that the range is excellent on this, and I think I picked up the Dumbo RC for $32, and you can find those on eBay. Now, I don't really use the AVC because I'm just going straight with the car. If I wanted to bash around with it and do some drifts and slide, then you want to crank up the AVC a little bit so you get some better steering, better handling, that sort of thing. But when I noticed when I had the AVC turned on for my Limitless, the car just seemed to, I didn't like the way it felt. So I'm just doing speed runs, so I turned it all the way down. I got the car for $370 actually at a local hobby shop. So sometimes I like to support my local hobby shop. I don't have many here in New York. There's a couple in New Jersey, so in northern New Jersey I can travel down to them to go to buy some stuff. And there's a great guy in Hohokus, New Jersey called Cruisin' RCs, and he's got some good cars there, and I like to support him and like to support the local hobby. But ordinarily the car itself is $399. So say for $400 you pick up the car, $32 for the Dumbo RC controller. It was $22 for the heat sink and fan. And then I had $20 for the servo, the steering servo, and then the ARRMA motor and BLX ESC, that came to $123. And then I did pick up the Ovonic 3S batteries. They're 5,500 milliamp, 50C discharge. I had those in the Limitless, and I did a few speed runs with it, and I did notice that the car did cut out every now and then. I don't know if it's the batteries. Vass from Aussie RC Playground said he had an issue with that, with Ovonic batteries in his Limitless with it cutting out. So I did pick up a set of Power Hobby batteries that I'm going to try. But all in all, in the end, it came out to about $659, and I was able to pick up a speed of around 85 miles an hour on my limited roads. If I had a bigger stretch, and I think if I was on like an airline runway, so to speak, I could probably get up to 90, maybe a little more with this setup. You want to change your pinion gear, you probably go a little bit faster. But I wanted to do a stock setup, basically similar to the infraction, throw it in this car, and of course the aerodynamics of this car are a lot better than the infraction, so that's what makes it go a little bit faster. You can do that optional pinion gear change in the infraction and get up to about 80, they say, with all the stock setup here. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's how I set up my my Limitless. I'm just still looking for some better roads around here because I live in tight quarters up in this Hudson Valley region. So if any of you guys know in the Hudson Valley region where is a nice wide open spot, if you do live around here, please let me know. One of the last runs I did with my Limitless, of course, it just was not long. It wasn't a long enough stretch to run it. And I did do a pretty serious wipeout, but thankfully everything is still here and intact. But yeah, guys, I mean, you can do it. I mean, you can buy an infraction for $599, get a set of batteries, and you're basically at the same price. But at least in this, I got the heat sink and fan involved with this build, and the Dumbo RC, which is a better controller than the stock controller that comes with the infraction. So I do like the Dumbo RC, the 6-channel. You could probably get away with the 4-channel as well, the Dumbo RC. And a lot of ZD Racing cars have their own Dumbo RC. They just relabeled it ZD Racing. So you can get a Dumbo RC through ZD. If you have one of those cars, you can probably transfer over the controller. It's a really good controller. The range is nice. But the 4-channel doesn't have the gyro. But again, if you're just going for speed runs, you should be good to go just with the standard controller. But I mean, I see stuff online, man, even for $20 if you want to get a real basic control. And if you're just doing basic speed runs, you don't have to go crazy expensive with this car, and you can have just a monster of a beast. 90 miles an hour is fast enough for me, guys. I mean, I could go faster, but I don't want to kill anybody, and there's a lot of people walking around. I don't know, that's just crazy. Hats off to you guys for going faster than that. But so there it is. Budget build, Limitless on a budget. How about that? And if you guys have any questions, please be sure to leave them in the comments section below. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'm trying to bring you guys these videos each and every week. of my RCs and what I'm coming across in today's world of RCs. 2020 seems to be a pretty quiet year, so you might have to go back in time a little bit to dip into some old stuff and either modify, revamp, or get a car that's been on the market for a little while. But that's it, guys. Hope you like this video, and I will catch you later.